ain't gonna start the conversation without me. How the hell y'all gonna start the conversation without me? I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all going ham, already tearing Molly's ass up. Now look, I like to give the girls some grace. Okay? I like to give the girls a little bit of grace. If y'all see me, I see y'all. I see you. What up, Lakeisha? If y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all seen. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Welcome. It's Monday, 6 p.m. So y'all know what that means. It is time to dissect Season 4, Insecure, starring Issa Rae, created from the mind of Issa Rae and all those brilliant Black writers in that room. We've been having such a good time this season. I mean, I've been having such a good time this season, and I think our favorite parts are not just arguing on Twitter. Arguing on Twitter is the easy part. Arguing on Twitter is the good, easy part. I see y'all. What's up? But we're able to do that because the show is so relatable. It's so nuanced. It has so much depth. And you feel like it's easy to be mad at somebody, but just wait. Just wait. I am your host this evening, JustLatasha. Oh my God, I've had this little bug bothering me for days. I'm your host tonight, JustLatasha. Let's start off with the church announcements. Follow me. I am on Twitter between videos. I am on Twitter at JustLatasha404, tweeting out all my opinions. I'm also on Instagram at JustLatasha. So many of you DM me. So many of you share your theories with me. So many of you tag me in other insecure theories. I love it. I love it. Let's keep the conversation going on social media. Also, I am creating and producing and starring in it and written my comedy web series titled Just Latasha's Interactions. It is the fictional version of my real interactions of my life, starring my actual real creative friends. It is funny, it is fresh, it is smart as hell, because those are all the things that I am. And coronavirus held me up, but we still going. So follow the show page at Interactions, INNR Actions, on Twitter and Instagram. I would like to thank right now my moderators. Is King Scorpio here as well? I do see Shy. If y'all see Shy with a little monkey wrench, icon next to her name, that is Laura. She's helping me out, helping this chat out all the way from the UK, where Kelly is. That got a little Australian at the end. I ain't mean it. The handle is Shy, but that's my girl Laura. She always hooks it up with the links that you guys can follow. I am also on Patreon. I've gained so many new patrons this week who get access to my Boozy Brunch Sundays, where we go in for an hour talking about the week's hot topics. It is not a public show. It is only for my patrons who only put in $5 in the pot to get access to the show. And it happens every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST. We had a good time last week. We talked about each and everything, especially the Badu and the Jill Scott verses, giving all our opinions, okay? So we really do have a good time over there. And I just want to give thanks and give content to people who support me in that way. And my patrons get it down. So let's not stall anymore. We have a lot to cover tonight. Are y'all settled in? I try to drink out of this thing because you need the water intake. I see y'all. What up, producer post? I see you guys. Let's jump right into this video. I don't want to make you wait. You got to hydrate. And I got a lot of speaking to do tonight, so I'm making sure I'm on it. Insecure, episode 5. Thank you, JJ. Lowkey Moving On. I'm moving on. They closed out they closed out 2 episodes ago with Case of the X. Maya was that girl, if you want to believe it or not. Maya was that girl. So when we open the show, you guys know I'm a slut, I'm a hoe, I'm a freak for an opening shot. We open up with Issa in the complete opposition that we saw her last episode. Last episode, our girls were in complete opposite ends of the day. Issa was bright, cheery-eyed, optimistic, positive, funny, bright-eyed, the day sunlight was out, blessing that beautiful brown skin that Issa Rae donned so perfectly. Conversed to Molly, who was dressed in black, always up at night. And two of our friends are at complete opposite ends of the spectrum here. So this time we open up with Issa sitting alone at night. And this is such a stark difference from the way we usually see Issa, right? She can't sleep. It's going on 3 a.m. These are the pre-event jitters, you know, that creator jitters. I don't know how many creatives we have in the room, but when you're doing something that's really big for yourself and it's the next day, right? We up. And it feels lonely and far away, and we're disconnected from our girl a little bit. And you know, sometimes somebody likes to pop up from the past when you bored and can't quite get into your sleep. Nathan said a little hi last episode, but now we're seeing a nice, innocent reconnection. And let me tell you something, guys. I'm not mad at it, okay? I'm really, really not mad at it. It's not like something traumatic, this big traumatic breakup happened with our characters. Got a little off. It was real good until nothing existed, right? So I'm not mad at Nathan for coming back. I don't know if this is a nod to the character or HBO was just showing off. I honestly feel like HBO was just showing off. Nate is up watching Euphoria. Y'all seen that episode when the family was bringing, what's her name in the show? Zendaya's name in Euphoria. Who knows? I don't even remember anymore. But when they were bringing her home from rehab, Rue, of course. Thank you. The next Supreme. Woo. Thank you, Rue. They're bringing Rue home from rehab, so he's watching that scene. And there was a lot of hypothesis on Twitter from last season about why Nate left. And everyone was like, it was mental health. It was depression. It was all these things. He wasn't good. He wasn't able to communicate that. He had some sort of breakdown. He's on the run from something. He's never quite settled in one spot. So now that he's back and watching Euphoria, specifically a scene where Rue's coming home from rehab, but I think also as well that this is just an HBO plug, because last episode they had a huge billboard of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which ain't even on no more. But it had a huge billboard. So I think HBO was just like, fuck it. You know, if you like one, you're going to like the other. And it wasn't wrong. I love Curb and I love Euphoria. So could have played two things. You call that duality, right? Okay. So this little platonic reconnection. Are y'all calling me SZA and LaToya? Thank you. No, I see what y'all saying. Y'all was talking about what Issa was watching. Thank you for letting me know, because I had no idea. I thought y'all was calling me LaToya Jackson and SZA. I said, nah, I ain't mad at it. I don't feel like a Jackson, but I might be. I didn't understand what that clip was on Issa's TV, and I thank y'all for bringing that out. I saw SZA, I saw the women, the matriarchs around her, and then I saw a show, but I didn't know what it was. So that was the Finding LaToya featuring SZA. I don't know. I don't know. It was too quick. I think so too, Thrift Queen. It was too quick. And I didn't care enough, I didn't care enough to like try to see it. Yeah, nobody's paying attention. Okay, so we're moving on. You have these like really innocent reconnections between somebody, the little boot thing of the past, like, oh, hey, like you want to talk? Like pretending that it's just going to be friends. But Nate had an agenda. He wants that old thing back. Issa's not even thinking about it. Her event's tomorrow. She got too much on her plate. Her best friend is acting up. Issa's missing all the cues. Nate's just dropping little, you know how they was feeding not Jack and Jill, the little Irish kids, little Dutch kids candy so the witch can come eat them. He was just feeding her little gumdrops to just lure her in, but she was like, she's not picking up what you're putting down. I am so sorry. She really wasn't. He's talking about, yeah, you want to talk? Y'all got the place to myself. Like, y'all connecting at 3 a.m. And Issa's just like, we finally have our full circle moment where it's just like, we see the moment we started with, I don't fuck with Molly no more. Nate, she's not on that tip right now. No pun intended. She's she's not on that wave right now. She just, I don't even think she wasn't trying to like Kendra. She wasn't trying to like not fall for the bait, but she was so oblivious to it. It was just like, that is the furthest thing from mine is getting with you right now. The furthest thing is the black girl missing in LA. Molly's acting up. My event's tomorrow. I don't know where my business partner is. So, conversely, right. Molly and Andrew. We finally see Molly in the daytime. This is her space of happiness. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever seen in 4 years Molly's house be a mess? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, never. Not once. Wasn't this scene fucking interesting? Let's get into where and why. In 4 years, we ain't never seen Molly's house be a mess. But here we have Molly in the daytime with her boo. Boyfriend Andrew sitting by the window by the open sky where possibilities are endless. He's dressed in like this white tee. He's looking good. He's chilling. He's relaxed. Molly, on the total opposite side of the room, our characters are not in the same frame, which means what? They're not in the same headspace. They're not coming at the same journey, with the same ideas, the same values. So we have Molly on the opposite side of the room where it's closed in and dark and boxed in, right? And she's dashing in and out of these closed spaces, and her closet's a mess. Unorganization, messy, all over the place. She cannot decide. She's carrying literally this mess with her and putting it in front of her and just like creating these hills and having this mess in her space. And this is how she's maneuvering her world, where Andrew's like, what's good? He having a good damn time. He ready to go to a block party, drink, kick back, see some good music. You know what I mean? Andrew is cute. Jody, but he needs to grow that hair back ASAP. He needs to grow it back. And I know that wasn't his fault this season, but he needs to grow it back. So we've never seen her apartment be messy before. She's bringing up all these old grudges. And last time she didn't even do this for my dinner. And when you're mad at somebody, when you're really mad at a friend like that, you remember all the little things that wasn't a big deal in a moment. But now that you big mad, you remembering those little moments when they pissed you off and you let it go and you was the bigger person who let it go. So Andrew was like, this is just another day. It's 75 degrees. We're going to go have a good time. And Molly focuses on what? That 10% chance of rain. You have all this possibility. You have all this journey ahead of you. You have all these options to choose happy, to choose joy. And she focused in that moment on that 10% chance of rain. I better be prepared for that 10%. If you show me a weather app that says 10% rain, it ain't going to rain. It's going to slightly inconvenience the humidity of my hair from which my style was set. But niggas ain't going out with rain boots and carrying a whole umbrella. Molly is preparing to meet that 10% of rain. And we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that. So Andrew says something really interesting in this moment. He goes, so you're going to punish her by leaving her hanging? That's loaded. That was loaded. That was loaded. Thank you, Tasha, for my cash donation. That was so sweet. What up, Tosh? Check out the podcast. Tosh talks a lot. So people were kind of guessing this from last episode. And I'm going to ask y'all, what lesson does Molly want to teach Issa? And let me say that again because I didn't say that clean. What lesson does Molly want to teach Issa? And how is her absence a punishment? I'm going to let y'all go off for a second. I don't want to see these answers. Why is she trying to punish Issa, and how is being absent a punishment? I want to see it. I want to see y'all go off. I know y'all typing. Jody says Molly wants to teach Issa her value. I have not seen that statement from anybody. Bernice said without Molly there wouldn't be a whole Issa. Ooh, ooh. Juan says her lesson was don't abandon me because I could easily abandon you. Crispy Known, what up, Chris? Molly thinks Issa needs her. CJ, longtime supporter. Molly wants to teach Issa that she cannot succeed without her. So we're seeing Molly use a crutch of dependency against Issa. I'm going to hurt you by taking me away. That's loaded with so much ego. Thank you. Oh, hi, Noble B. Thank you so much for that cash donation. That is such a loaded gun. And it's so egotistical to think, without me in your life, you're going to crumble. So when they were good, your friendship depended on her needing you to the point where she can't maneuver her life or a success without you. And when you're mad, you're going to pull that trigger and say, bow, you don't have me no more. Learn your lesson. Sit down. Be humble. Hey, sit down. That's a loaded gun. Guys, that is a loaded gun if I ever seen one. I want to read one more because I saw some big comment that went flying by. Hello Love says something interesting. I really love this one. Toxic people never realize that their absence is really a break from that friend who was nervous to ask for. That ending got a little weird, but what I think you're saying is toxic people think when they take themselves away, you're going to crumble, but you really didn't notice that was the air you needed to breathe. Them leaving was them taking the trash out. You gave me space to realize I could do this. Hey, Joanne. Wow. Thank you so much for that cash donation. I really, really, really appreciate it. Joanne C. I'm scared to pronounce your last name. I think I was going to mess it up. So I'm going to just keep it right there. Thank you guys so much. So, wow, we're going to move on because I want to catch up to, you know why we're here. We get into it. Y'all know why we're here. We're going to get to it. So let's quickly talk about how the part where Issa's setting up for this block party. Now, as a creator, I felt this. I felt this in my bones. I felt this part where everything relies on you. You are the showrunner, so we ain't got no tables. We ain't got no chair. The guest list is messed up. There are times I just wanted to revel in my work and show it and display something and arrive late and be beautiful, and my phone is blowing up with problems and problems only. What do we do? The place is on fire. Put it out. I'll be there in like 30 minutes. It'd be really like you can't even have a moment to like just be there because people need you to fix stuff. Right? You're the guy, it's your event, you're throwing this, and they come at you, your phone is going off. I can't find the place, send me the address again. It was on Facebook for 30 weeks. You know the address. And why are you asking me right now? Like, why are you asking me that right now? But Issa's handling it, right? Let's talk Condola. Oh, before we get to Condola, if you guys follow me on Twitter at JustLatasha404, you guys saw me tweet this right after the show. Let's pay attention to the fashion. If y'all noticed, Issa was wearing an orange top, a bright, beautiful orange top with a blue plaid skirt. A little shift skirt. Is that what they say in fashion? A little shift skirt, huh? Thank you, Laura, for tweeting the handles and the links. Tweeting, chatting. I'm always going to say tweeting first. I don't know why. This was the same exact outfit she wore when she was prepping for this block party, and that same exact spot on that same exact street with Condola, arm in arm, side by side. Just a few episodes ago, and we talked about that fashion there. When this is Issa, thank you, Kataba, for that cash donation. Thank you so much. When Issa was trying to level up. She was trying to stand next to Laureen Booger. Thank you. Thank you, Boog. She was trying to stand next to Condola because she's trying to emulate and be like and elevate to what she imagines Condola's level is. This is outside of the Issa that we know. This is outside of the Issa that Issa knows. And she's trying this fashion and she's saying her ideas, and Condola's right next to her and she has the same exact outfit. And I did not forget because this was so symbolic of Issa finally arriving. And how sweet. It was so sweet, especially as a creative, there's a moment, a special moment that happens when you're trying to be something, and that moment when you meet and you step into it and you're in it. You are the person you imagine. You are the person you were striving to be. Her being in that same exact look, that same exact outfit. She's no longer trying to be this thing. She is it. It's her event and she has arrived. And the thing that really solidified that moment was that the thing you was trying to be, you were the entire time. Ellie, thank you so much for the cash donation. Thank you. I think we have to really beat it into our heads, especially as Black women trying to achieve literally anything. What you want to be is not outside of you. What you want to be is never outside of you. And they're going to try to get us, ain't they? They don't like when I get into that bag. They do not like when I get into that bag, do they? Do they? There is a moment where, especially as a Black woman, and we've seen this when Issa tried to do this fundraising event in the backyard of her apartment complex, where the room shifted when Issa arrived, when Issa settled into who she is, when Issa settled into that. Michelle, thank you so much for that beautiful cash donation. Moon, I didn't know if you hear it. Moon, thank you for that cash donation so much. The room got different when Issa settled into herself. And so to see that outfit come from when she's trying to when she is, be the same, don't miss that, okay? Do not miss that. You are what you needed to be. You are who you are already. Just bring it to a new space. With the costume. That's all they did. That's the entire story they showed with that costume. Glorious. 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 So when she sees Condola, who's also in a similar look, right? Condola's giving you this all white. To me, that looked like a blank slate. Something's changed. She's on a new journey. She's on a new path. We don't know what that is. You know, we learned that Lawrence is not in her life anymore, but she's buckled up. She's covered up. So she's on something new, but she's not quite letting you into what that is. But she's a blank slate. She's wearing the same boots that she was when she was supposed to be planning this block party. So we're meeting the characters who are essentially the basis of themselves, or meeting them. But by the time the conversation's over, we see them go two separate ways. This is it. This is the end of Issa and Condola. And the fact that Issa picked up where Condola wasn't carrying her weight and did it anyway. Baby. I can tell you businesses and brands and platforms that I started, even the most recent ones that I started, people want to align with me, people want to work, people want to collab. And I thought I needed it because it gave me the confidence to go ahead and do this big thing that I was afraid of. But really, I was only comfortable because somebody was next to me. I was still doing all the work myself. So you arrive at this moment and you make this thing, this creation, your dream, and you were all you needed. And you were the only one you needed. Condola did her part. She got the sponsors or whatever, but Condola just said, I'm just checking in to make sure the vendors are good, and I'm out again. The entire day, the entire event, it's Issa's show. This is it. Show up. Show up, right? And show up she did. Goodbye, Condola. I ain't even know my ex left you. None of my business. I have an event to go run, and that's the fuck. So let's bring it on to the friends. Let's talk about the friends. Kelly's there, Tiffany there, Derek there, right? I love, thank you, Spencer, for your cash donation. Thank you so much. I sound like fucking Umar. Donations. But I'm so appreciative that you guys are enjoying the content like that. Thank you so much. I am totally in love with Kelly's support of Issa. Issa needed this so bad. It was time. Issa just needed somebody to say, you did good. And Kelly does not hesitate a moment in that blue satin. Sexy. Beautiful in that satin. Oh, she looks so good. And just Issa, you work so hard and you feel alone. She didn't have Condola. She didn't have Molly. She don't got Lawrence. Nate was, what is he doing? She had nobody to like let this, like she had nobody to like give that to. So to arrive and to get here and for somebody to say, you did good. Kelly was so amazing for that. Let's talk about Tiffany and her disconnection from the baby. From her body and the baby. I'm not a mother. If there are any mothers in this chat, please feel free to share stories if you feel comfortable. But this for sure, thank you so much, LS, for that cash donation. This is for sure signs of postpartum depression it's looking like. Rita said it. Risa said it. Adorna said it. It's looking like signs of postpartum depression. She's not quite connecting with motherly duties, right? She's tired, she's overworked. This event, her being at this event, is such a breath of fresh air. She's not up under this baby. This baby is not up under her. These responsibilities are not tugging at her neck all day, in and out. She gets to be free and breathe for a second. I just need this moment. And I thought it was so powerful that we saw a Black man not shame his partner for not stepping up as a mom and not bonding with the child. He didn't shame her for not wanting to be home. The baby's crying. He didn't shame her for just wanting to be outside. As soon as she complained, he picked it up. What support! What beautiful and easeful support. There was no argument. There was no pushback. There was no resistance. You want to stay? I do want to stay. I'll go home. Bitch! Yeah! Yes! No shaming. No arguing. None of that. And he looked at those kids and said, I'm sorry, I'm tired. He's tired too. And still wasn't, no, I've been doing this and how come I don't even, and also he was ready to be that girl dad. Wasn't about what do I do with the diaper? Who has the bags? Where do I find and how do I, there's been these fucking tropes of men as fathers who have no idea how to raise these kids. Adrian Turner, thank you so much. All these tropes on TV about how men don't know what the hell to do to take care of this kid. How? It's in your house. Wipe it, clean it, pat it, feed it, lay it down, pick it up. It's only so many options you gotta do with the damn baby. Why are you not doing it? You're looking at the mom with these blank stares and these wide eyes talking about what I'm supposed to do. Nigga, the baby been here for 17 weeks. You still don't know what to do? Are you kidding me? Moon said something that I want to see. Moon, I hope I can find your comment because I wanted to finish mine before. Oh no, Moon, I think I lost it. But y'all, when I seen him just step up so easily for her, I about jumped out the seat. I said, it is okay for mothers to not feel like mothers. It is okay for new mothers to not bond and their baby is everything. It's okay for new mothers to want to take a goddamn fucking break from that crying ass thing at home. Tiffany just wanted to fucking party and breathe and dance. Tasha, who's also a mother, said Tiffany may be going through postpartum, but she is also just feeling normal feelings. When you're not ready or expecting a baby, sometimes you aren't as enthused. And I really appreciate that point of view, especially from a mother, because I have no idea. Here we go. I found Moon. Moon Ferguson says, not caring for the baby is a major symptom. When she said she wouldn't take in regards to breast milk, the same happened to me. There is such sadness and disappointment and guilt that comes with mothers not being able to get the baby to breastfeed. They start to blame themselves, and it's frustrating, and you get agitated because this is something that looks like it's supposed to be so natural. You pull your titty out, the baby sucks on it, it eats, it farts, it goes to bed. But sometimes that part really can't happen, and that's a really tumultuous thing for mothers to try to do. So how easily and how quickly it happened, like she's just gonna go ahead and say to the people that she trusts, I don't want to see that baby. And no one in the circle, no one gave her that negative energy at all. She was just allowed to say it. It existed. Her man helped. He left. It was awesome. Let it be like that. Let it be like that. Like, damn. Can we talk about Amine? Can we talk about Amine? Can we talk about Amine? My fuck, he is fine. And you know, he's been, to me, because I love a queer man. I do. I love a queer man. And I don't know if he's queer. I don't think he is. But to me, like, there's some men, black men, that to me is just beautiful. They're just beautiful. And I feel like that about Lil Nas X. Like, when I see him, it's just like, this is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. He is, there's something where it's just like, it's bigger than being attracted to. It's bigger than being fine. There's something about the connection that they have to their gender and how they express sexuality and how they're fearless in vulnerability and feminine. And Amine is so free that, like, he was just one of those beautiful men to me, right? Don't say, Nisa, Dustin Ross is motherfucking fine, and he knows it. And every time I see him, I make sure to tell him, you fine as hell. He knows. But Amine in this episode, he was giving me a damn man. He was tall. I didn't know Amine was tall. Last night, Amine was fine. He wasn't beautiful. He was fine. Oh, he got that Aries energy, Cherry said. An Aries might be able to run up on me at this point because I would like to taste. I would like to try. Amine was fine last night. I said, ooh, ooh. Real quick. And I'll be trying to, Amine said something in this quote, but I think it might be deeper than what had happened. Is he dumb? Or did he drop a truth bomb that banks are actually running the government in America? What do y'all say? Them two branches of government. It was the president and it was the banks. Everybody, okay, he's being dumb. Oh, the joke was layered. Huh? No, he just slow. I'm doing too much. Truth. What he said was truth. Didn't catch that. No, he's dumb. He's dumb. We got a split decision. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I could be doing too much. I'll be down for that. I'll be down when I'm doing too much, okay? We got a split decision. But I'm going to tell you why I looked into that. Because I was watching I Love New York. And I was really high. But there was something about the way the producers crafted blackness for black women and black men that was so sticky comedy that we took it as ha 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 ha. But I think white people were dead ass laughing at us. Like, if you can imagine this dark skin, tacky, over sexualized fucking, right? This I Love New York. She has a big gold chain as her logo. She has pink satin curtains. She has these tacky leopard print rugs. She is your sex pot kitten who's ready to do anything. Who was the dumb guy, the super dumb guy in I Love New York? I know somebody in here knows you. I know I don't be knowing these details. Thank you, Ariana, for that. We love a dumb woke bae. Adriana, you are silly. Guys, who was the dumb guy in I Love New York? He was so stupid and he was annoying. And he stole Mr. Pasha's flowers. I know that's not Chance. Oh, fuck. Okay, but anyway. No. It! CJ, yes. His name was It. His name was literally a thing, right? His name was It. So It was so stupid that these men had to do this Shark Tank style challenge to impress New York for her love. And these sponsors and these investors were going to come in and judge their fucking brand deal, right? So these men worked at it. It said, I would like to develop testing kits for people in the projects to test them for AIDS. It should be simple. It should be quick. It should be done just like a diabetes test where you prick them, get their blood, and test for HIV in the inner cities and the hoods where I'm from. And they said, ha ha ha, you're so dumb. Thrift Queen Tango could have got all of me. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm sure he got all of New York. Guys, I kid you not. Baby, I kid you not. That was one of the most brilliant things I had heard. And they said, ha, that is stupid. So when he did that dumb smart joke, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. You want to know who runs the government? It's one big ass bank. Anyway, we're not here for that. Carrie Hilson, get off my live. I don't want you here. Talking about 5G. Here we go. Let's get to the event. We start to see Issa really lean into honoring the talent that comes out. Y'all still laughing at me. That comes out of LA. We seen it, a photo, a beautiful painting honored to Nipsey Hussle. We seen the boys, Amine playing the virtual reality game. Shout out to Kobe. There was also this shot, this like this B-roll shot of the nighttime sky of LA, and the Staples Center was lit purple, and just these little details of like the love for LA. And we're starting it right here, and she really leans into it as the show goes on. So I thought that was really, really, really beautiful. We had a conversation about why white people are attending an all-black event, taking up space. But then by the time the event got on, we saw way less white people and a whole lot of black people. So was it a conversation about gentrification? Was it just white people early, black people late? I don't know. Didn't quite wrap it up there for me, but I enjoyed seeing all the black bodies under that blue light, having joyous, beautiful fun. Let me ask y'all a question. Did Nate gain weight? LB said, yeah. Kamaria didn't notice. Britt says yes. Kelsey says it's part of it, might be part of his storyline. Look a little bigger, look healthy. To me, Nathan got big. Y'all silly. Look like he had a sandwich. Stop it, Black Panther. Look like he had a sandwich. Okay, I'm sorry. Last season when they were dating, he was a small guy. He disappeared. When he came back, he was skinny as hell. Deplete. Skinny. And now this season, he's looking heavier. And I like me a big boy, so don't play. Ain't no fat phobia on this side. You will never catch it. But he looked heavy, heavy. You got so heavy on me, yeah, yeah. Heavy, 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 heavy. If you guys didn't know, it's a whole bunch of new people here. I'm a Dream Girl stan. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. You're always going to get this Dream Girls. I'm sorry. You're always going to get it. There's always one other thing that I do in all of my videos, but I'll do it when the time calls for it. And my OGs know exactly what that is. So, to me, this weight looks healthy. And I've seen several of you mention that this weight looks healthy. It looks like wherever he was, he worked on himself, he got through it. And weight gain could be a sign of good things. It could be a sign of good things, getting back on track. which is a conversation I had in last Thursday's video about why we need to mind our business about weight loss, and Adele and Lizzo. Weight gain could be a sign of health. And I think Nate looks healthy and grounded and settled and happy, so much so he's ready to help Issa. He's ready to give outside of himself. Him leaving was a selfish move. And everything that he's providing in this re-entrance, this reintroduction to Issa has been selfless. I will give you the help you need. Say the word. And that's all he has been giving to Issa. What is it? What do you need? Want me to stay? Want me to make a call? Want me to send an email? You want me to clean up? And he also does something very amazing here. He makes sure that she is reminded to be present. Issa has creator brain. This is what's going wrong. This isn't good enough. Why aren't people here? It's the gentrification. Why are the white people here? Where are the black people? Vince Staples ain't here. He said, shh. Shh. No. Don't say that. He said, that was the second. We ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about the sharing of the chicken wings. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting there. Issa is waiting in front of this bookstore before Molly approaches, and let's talk about the books that we see. Somebody DM'd me this earlier. If you're here, let me know. Somebody DM'd me this on Instagram and said, I saw the books. I saw what they said. Let me tell y'all what they said. Issa is standing in front of the bookstore filled with books. War 2020. Make It Big. Shout out to that block party. The Hunt for Red October, which is a movie about an invisible war on the way. La Guerra. La Guerra. A young woman burdened by reality fights to keep the American dream alive for her and her family. Fights to keep her dream alive. Burdened by reality. So another book cover called Till We Meet Again. An ending is coming, children. An ending is coming, but with a title like that, it might be temporary. I would love for these friends to temporarily split, because they're going to split, and come back as their new women, new adults. They don't have to. I'd be fine if they never spoke again. It happens. That's real life. But till we meet again, okay? So after Molly speaks with Andrew and he's like, look, I gave you grace when you couldn't be there for me because of your work. Can you give Issa some grace because she's been really busy trying to get this thing, and show up for her the way I showed up for you, the way you showed up for me? Can you give her a little bit of grace? And Molly does not like to talk. So what do we do instead? We handed some wings. We know within the black community that handing over food is a love language. You want a wing? I really want this shrimp because it cost me an arm and a leg and only 6 of them in my plate. You want a shrimp? You want to try it? You hungry? What Tasha did when she was trying to get Lawrence back? You hungry? Food is a love language. So when Molly is trying to reconnect with Issa without words, without the communication that we've all been asking for, I thought she was hungry. Here's some food. Right? Let's get visual, because this is our dissection, not a review. Okay? Let's get into the visual. Half the screen is split. You got these beautiful blue bricks, and you got this guarded dark jail, barred up, closed. And Issa and Molly on the side of this bright blue, cooling color. This is peace. It's a peace offering. Molly is really just trying to approach it like, let's make peace. Wasn't no I'm sorry's, wasn't no words, wasn't no accountability, but this is just a peace offering. Let's cool it down a little bit. But something happens with these wings. And I know y'all seen it. Something happened with these wings. Issa accepts, but the event calls, she has to pass him off. So much story without saying a word. Here's my peace offering. I can't accept it. I got other business to attend to. And Molly, for the first time in a long time, couldn't understand why Andrew was flipping out, couldn't understand why people was flipping out. Why you not coming to Coachella? You on deadline for your job. Come on to Coachella. Molly couldn't understand. I got this deadline too. I got to work. I got to stay up to 1 a.m. She finally understands what it feels like to be the back burner to someone's passion. And that sucks. That really, really, really sucks. And you're standing there alone and you're realizing the sobering thought, somebody I really care about, I'm losing connection with, I'm losing space with. She cannot make space for me, and that really, really, really sucks. Oh, Molly. Oh, Molly. Vince Staples, I love. I swear he will be one of my husbands at some point. We will get divorced for sure. His mouth is crazy. But we will be married at some point. I love how ridiculous that rider was. All he wants is candies and Cheetos for his room in VIP. And this nosebleed that this executive assistant caught, baby, that was an omen. After you've seen all the titles of them damn books, baby, a war is coming. Somebody already got their nose bust and nobody even threw a swing yet. That was an omen. Something's coming and somebody's gonna bleed. Yes. No, she was nervous, KB. Don't know why she wasn't doing no cocaine. Don't do that. All right, so here we go. I need to stop by and talk about Molly and Andrew's lack of communication. This is something that's sticking out like a sore thumb to me in this series. As close as they say they are, they're exclusive now. They're claiming my man, my girlfriend. They're doing the introductions. They are not talking about anything. What do they talk about? I gotta ask y'all this. Andrew reveals that he helped Issa. We're in the middle of all the pillow talking, all the date nights, all the cooking, all the gumbo eating. How did this never come up? How did this never come up? You never even, and it was so normal to him. It was so normal that you never mentioned it. You wouldn't just say it in passing. Oh, my boy's gonna go do your yeah, I was talking about the block party the entire time, and you never said it. So we've seen Andrew be emotionally limited with Molly, and though she asked him to open up, we have never seen him do that. Okay? We have never seen him do that. And there's this thing that we do as women when we feel like we really need a man, and this one's gonna hurt. Buckle in. This one's going to hurt. Sometimes as women, when we're really alone and single, we accept the capacity that a man offers us because that feels more full than being alone. I would rather you give me half a person and half of what I'm asking for because that's more than what I need. That's more than what I know I have when I don't have you. Or somebody in this spot. Come in and bring me half of what I'm asking for. Come on and bring me just a percentage of what I'm asking for, because at least I get to cuddle with somebody at night. I'm not alone. She can't talk about work. And let's get into it. He still refers to Issa as her best friend. Why wouldn't you want me to help your best friend? He ends with, what's the issue? Andrew don't know the goddamn issue. What are y'all talking about that entire time? What are you building your relationship on? You're not talking about the most important ventures of your life, your best friend and your work. You're not talking about the most important aspects of your life with the man that lays up in your bed every night who says he is your boyfriend. What are y'all talking about? Say says sex and food. He said, what's the issue? from the middle of the mess? I'm sorry, Noble B. Here, have your edges and wig back, please. Have. And let's pay attention to the fashions right here. They are both in degrees of red. He is in this bright blood red. I like that red. Good red. And she's in like this darker, like burgundy. So they was going together. They go together. They be in the same spot. But they always, on two separate sides of the room. He by the window, she trapped in the closet. She is trapped in the closet with all these emotions that she has not communicated with anyone. Not even her own man. All right. It's time to fucking rumble. Let's do it. We done waited almost an hour for this. It's time to fucking rumble. Let's do it. Whoo! Nate is right by Issa's side. He ain't having a donut. He's not having a hot dog. He don't give a fuck who dancing on stage. He is with Issa. Are you comfortable and okay? I like Nate. I like Nate. Let him back. Let him back in. I like Nate. I'm going to drag Issa because I saw most of the timeline saying one thing. And that was Molly was wrong, and this was the wrong place, wrong time, and wrong feelings. Well, let me remind you who the fuck Issa D is, because y'all seem to forgot. And this is why you're here on my channel, because I'm going to remind you who the fuck Issa D is and why Molly is so riled up. Let's get into what Issa D did. Let's be very honest. You have a man. It's your relationship. You're not getting along with your friend. Your friend went around you to your man to do something. I don't give a fuck if you about to hold the train on Michelle Obama's wedding dress. If I say do not use my man, and if y'all don't understand, I'm gonna break it down a little further. Don't be here with my man and come around me asking my man for something. When I was in college, I was fighting with my best friend. This same exact thing happened to me. I was fighting with my best friend, and my boyfriend knew about it because we communicate. And she made sure when we was at a function, she only spoke to him. She didn't need no favors. She didn't use him, but she made sure when we was together, she went around me and only dealt with my man, and she and I were fighting. You know who the fuck I checked and dragged after that event was over? My man. I said it was a no. If I don't fuck with her, you don't fuck with her. I don't care if you're trying to keep the peace. I don't care if you're trying to be nice. And I'm going to give courtesy to Andrew because Molly didn't say any of this to him, so he had no tools to use. But my man knew. Don't be cuddle up in the function with somebody I don't fuck with. You and I go together. And my best friend who I was fighting with knew that. Let's bring it back to Issa D. That was a sneak. That was a sneak on Issa. Disagree. Wait till you get a man and your friend is trying to get in contact with him without you while y'all fighting. I want to hear you back that up. I want to hear you back that up. Let's get into Issa D because a lot of y'all forgot. Season 1, Issa used Molly to reconnect with Daniel and lied about why they was going to the party. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. In season 1, Issa used Molly to get Daniel up out of the function when she made a mistake so she can save her relationship with Lawrence. Had Molly running around, being a mean chicken, and getting him up out of the catering event. You ain't supposed to be here, my friend is uncomfortable. Season 2, Issa knew how Daniel felt about her, which is why she chose Daniel to stay in his house. So where he had to ask her, why are you here? Are you leading me on? Is this a thing? Are you using me for my feelings? I don't give a fuck about a couch. Why did you choose me? You could have stayed with your brother. You could have stayed with Molly. You could have stayed with your mama down the block. You chose me. Use me. Well, you was close to work. You know how fucked up that is? After she told him you was just an itch I needed to scratch? And now, knowing how I feel about you, you're in my house using my supplies and my resources so you can get to work in 15 minutes, I will slap the taste out your teeth. I'll fucking do it. I swear to God. I'm gonna hit you. I'm sorry. Let's go to season 3. Issa uses the Coachella day party for her girls. She framed it as we're gonna have a day party, but she used it because she knew where Nathan was gonna be. And then it was like, oh, he got friends, so go ahead, friends, talk to his friends while I go get the man that I came here for. I don't like that. Then, season 3, she has a problem with Nathan ghosting, so she uses Molly to help her go stalk him at his house. Pull up. We got to go outside. For what? This is dumb. It don't matter. I got to go see where he at. All right, let's roll. Y'all forgot. I think y'all forgot. Season 4, Issa needs help to get her event off the ground, and your man is the one to do it. I don't care about what you said. I don't care if you want to be involved. I don't care what you told me to do. I need something, so I'm going to go around and use it and get it. Let's be very clear, because we said this last episode. Let's be very clear, because we said this last episode. I forgot what I was going to say. It'll pop back up, but I forgot what I was going to say. Y'all said y'all miss seeing Daniel's back. Could you stop? We all miss his back. We all miss it. I forgot what I was going to say. But Issa, the point is, Issa's been using this girl, and when she's in a pickle, it's Molly that she calls. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. We said this last episode. We and Molly do not know Issa as a success. You and I and Molly have never seen Issa D as a success. Ever. Issa is the fuck up girl. Issa is the come help me girl. Issa is the I need a favor girl. Issa is the help me girl. Issa is I don't know what I'm doing girl. Issa says I'm going to dump my man because he a little funky right now girl. Issa is the Molly help me girl. Issa is how come you didn't pick up your phone and had a problem girl. You know why you wouldn't get into a lake filled with piranhas? Because by pattern, they bite. You know why you won't pick up a scorpion and keep it as a pet? Because by pattern, it stings. You know why sometimes anacondas ain't supposed to be in your house in a glass cage? Because by pattern, they squeeze and eat. Issa has been a failure the entire time. I'm not going to use my man and his professional network to help you fail. By pattern, you showed me you're going to fuck this up. It's gonna happen. You showed me by pattern you're going to fuck this up. And I started to see the fuck ups. You partnered with somebody who's dating your ex. That's a fuck up. Oh, she gone? Surprise. Schoolboy Q dropped out of your concert. That's a fuck up. Why is he gone? He just is, girl. Really? He just is? He just is gone? Well, can I use your man because I need help? No. And this is me giving grace. I'm not picking sides. Molly is upset and she's been trashed and she needs to clean up her own mess before she goes pointing the fingers and trying to swing on somebody. This is not me picking sides. But I hate a group think. I hate group think. Everybody had the same idea about Molly all up and down the time. And she's trash. She should have never did it. Wrong place, wrong time? Yes. Yes. Let's yell at each other tomorrow at IHOP. Let's get into it tomorrow morning at IHOP. Let's do that. Not tonight. Yes. Was Molly wrong? No. I would like to keep the two separate. Cool. Hey Andrew, actually I need your help. I'm gonna just exclude the person I'm not feeling right now. You cannot use my man and his professional resources in the estimation you're gonna fuck up. And that is a hypothesis. That is an educated guess. That is not somebody just sitting back and hating. And I'm seeing a lot of that too. She wants Issa to fail. She's moving by pattern. She's moving by practice. Issa's doing the same thing. Oh, what happened with you and Andrew? Y'all broke up? No. Was Issa hating? Does Issa never want to see Molly in love? Does Issa think Molly just never wants to? No. Every time you get a man, you do something and you fumble it. Every time you have a situation that's working in your favor, you squander it with your worry and misery. That is by pattern. Issa is shocked that her and Andrew are even a thing. Issa is shocked. They both cannot recognize each other's new growth and spaces. They're reacting to the old versions of each other. An estimation of what Issa has proven for 4 years and longer, because we only knew Issa for 4 years. An estimation of Issa's patterns. You cannot step into my relationship and my man and his professional network with your mess. It is a no for me, dog. They can't see each other. They can't see each other. They don't. Don't do it at her event. Do not do it at her event. She had one night to celebrate and feel the success and do it. And you were so peeved. And this is where this almost came to blows. All of these undercurrent issues. After you seen the argument didn't just go 0 to 100. That was an escalation. And then once it hit that climax, the yelling, the going for the gut, here's what I actually thought about you the entire time. When you're that mad and you know people's vulnerabilities and you know they shadows, that's exactly where you go when you in that heat of the anger. You're miserable, you're selfish, you're a liar. They're doing everything that they kind of thought it before. Issa lies. Issa needs me. Molly she stay messing up some. But when you mad, them verbal hits, you go for the jugular. You go for it. You selfish, lying ass. And she wasn't wrong. And she wasn't wrong. They both disrespected each other. They both crossed each other. They both crossed each other's boundaries. There's something about Issa as well that I don't want to miss. There's something about when somebody wants to use you and they were able to for so long, and then you drop that first no, now it's a victim. Issa said, so you were willing to let me fail because of some random rule you made up. AKA, you're not letting me use you, so you're trying to destroy me. When you a can I ass bitch, can I do this? Can I use this? Can I have a favor? Can you help me? Can you do this? Can you do this? And yes. Can I have that? Can you do that? Can you do that? Can I get this one thing? No. So what? You want me to fucking fail? Huh? Molly brought it up right there because she was so aggy about the blatant intentional disrespect to maneuver behind her back. I already don't fuck with you. I already don't like you. We're already boiling volcanoes waiting to erupt, and you do something with my man that I specifically said I did not want to happen, and you went around me and did it anyway. Now I want the smoke. Wrong place, wrong time. For me. But why did Molly do it right there? Because she was mad. She was mad. I specifically told you not to do something. ask big of Molly. She doesn't ask big. Like, Issa needs help paying rent. She would go ahead and get evicted. She won't ask Molly for help. Issa can't afford stuff. She puts it back on the shelf. I'm not going to ask Molly to pay for it. Issa needs somewhere to stay. Molly offered. Issa said no. Was it about the vase or whatever? Issa said no. She doesn't ask Molly of big things. So in Issa's mind, this is another little favor, but in Molly's mind, this is a huge favor. Because if she lines her man up in her best friend's mess, it's going to crumble everything she's been giving to. We may not have the time, but there are so many times women give all these extensions to their boyfriends and give little to their girlfriends. We don't have the time. We do have to move on. We're hitting an hour. We don't have the time. So in Issa's mind, this was a little favor. And to Andrew, it was a little favor. All I do was send an email. To Andrew, it was a little favor. Who's been going up for Issa all day. She's great. But Molly knows Issa so much deeper. She knows her history. She knows her patterns. She knows all of this. This was a big favor to Molly. To have my man and his job be involved with this passion project of yours. That's big. To Issa, it was just like, I just need help. To Andrew, it was like, it was just an email. To Molly, this is big. Let's respect, we don't got to agree with it, but let's respect the actual emotions of these two women. These are the actual, this is where they're coming from. So I always want to give grace and see those two sides before we just go ham on a character because it's easy. Sure, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy. But humanity is not easy. Humanity is messy and complex and nuanced and has all these undercurrents to it. And that's what Molly's undercurrents were. That's why she had this big explosion. An interesting thing happens. Molly and Andrew. Kelly leaves with Molly and Andrew, which is a switch because usually Tiffany is riding with Molly, right? And Andrew and Molly have a moment of communication and accountability. Only from Andrew, not from Molly. Only Andrew says, "I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean." Why can't we get this conversation between Molly and Issa? Why can't we get it? We're not getting there, right? And Molly gets to be coddled emotionally by her boyfriend while she's so angry at her best friend. We see Nate and Issa. I like this. I like this. But Tiffany's with them this time. What a switch. And Nate is just there again, assuring her, leaving her comfortable. And she rejects it. This is Issa just standing in herself. She only needs herself. This is her mess to clean. She has no one to lean on, but she doesn't want anyone to lean on, which I think is the most important part. And of course, what did we bring on? What did we manifest? That 10% of rain. Sometimes when you're so scared of that little bit, you do so much that you create it and bring it to the present. These ladies went ahead. Issa wasn't worried about that 10% of rain. Molly was worried about that 10% of rain. And they done riled up so much. They went ahead and brought it on. Here came the storm. That 10% of rain showed up. Woo! And we end on the song, "In another time, in another place, you'd be mine." So this relationship only works dependent on the old versions of these women. It can't exist with the women that they're becoming. This relationship cannot exist with the new women that they're becoming. And it's heartbreaking. It's sad. It really is sad. They are not communicating. They're not saying specifically what their needs are, what their hurt and pains are, what their betrayals are. They're not taking accountability. They're not apologizing to each other. And they're not recognizing the new woman that stands before them. I don't see Molly as this romantically elevating woman. I see her as the relationship fuck up. I don't see Issa as this new creative entrepreneur. I see her as this fumbling fuck up. And they're handling the new versions of themselves comparative to who they used to be. And they're cheating each other out of experiencing their friend in a new space and allowing the relationship to evolve. They're suffocating the relationship depending on their old identities. And it sucks. And said plenty of times, your old friends sometimes can't go with you to new places. They surely can't. I've seen a lot of people disagreeing. I know y'all got feelings about this Molly situation. Imani says, random prediction. I am convinced Issa will get a job with the Beat Crew organization season 3 and will be the Beat Crew guy. No Daniel, no Lawrence, no Nate. That's interesting. I don't think she wants to even get back in that realm at all. I think she has found something totally new. Sometimes when you're stuck in a 9-to-5 mindset, you keep trying to get new jobs within that realm, but you're not even supposed to be in that space anyway. So like you keep looking for different jobs in that same space, but that's not even where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to... Sandy G asks, so Andrew would have still did the favor if not thinking that was Molly's best friend? No, it's not on her own. Andrew would not. No, Andrew would have still did the favor if not thinking that was Molly's best friend. Would Andrew have helped if he knew Molly and Issa were fighting to the extent that they were fighting? He thought they were in a good space. That's why he did it. When he took accountability at the end, he said, I had no idea. I didn't mean to create this mess. I think if he knew, he would have respected his girl. If that's where you're related, and that's the thing about adulting, like you have to choose sometimes these mountain hills. My friends want me to do something, but my relationship wants me to do another. Who do you prioritize? And a lot of the times it's uncomfortable for the friends when your relationship takes precedence. This is a new space. They're taking each other seriously. Does she ruin that to be Issa's go-to favorite guy? What if she doesn't want to play that role anymore? What if she doesn't want that space anymore? I don't know. Mila Rose says, that's what I've been saying. Issa talks to everyone but Molly. Molly doesn't talk to anyone, and she needs to be talking to Issa. All they got to do is come together. Michaela Palmer says, Andrew, a grown man who could determine whether or not Issa's block party was a good business investment. All it took was an email to help Issa. Molly overreacted. Again, we have to think about her thought process. The scorpion might not sting you. It might not. Here, you want it? Take it home. It's a scorpion. Take it home. Be fine. Let it run around. I don't like being in a cage. I'm not taking a scorpion home. Because its pattern says that it stings. That's going to suck for me. It's a no. Molly is sitting on all this historical happenings. These are things that have been happening for years. She doesn't know this new Issa. She doesn't trust this new Issa in this new space. She is surprised when it is as good as it is. She has literally never seen this before. Her man works at Live Nation. Her man works at Live Nation. That's official business. That's like real business. It's real business. When in Rome said, did you see how both Tiff and Kelly paid the men dust when saying goodbye? I didn't notice that. But it is what it is. Better late than broke. Molly could have said, can I talk to you at Halloween? Molly is a bitch. Ooh, damn. Issa could have talked to her at Thanksgiving. Issa didn't. That wasn't a pun on her name, but that sounded really good, didn't it? Learning IT says, then when she gets commitment from Andrew, she cancels on him for work. Again, what boundaries? Molly is a control freak. This goes back to Issa being like, this is a rule you made up. We all just have to adhere to something you just pulled out of thin air. But this is something that Molly has been trying. What was it, season 2? Where she was sleeping with the married man? Molly has this thing of, and this is the thing about, yeah, I know I think she's a Virgo. But there's a thing about certain people where they're control freaks, but they're also people pleasers, and those go hand in hand. Molly lets people steamroll over her all the fucking time. And that was Issa, and that was, what's his name, Drew? Because she got an Andrew and a Drew. The married man, what was his name? Y'all be knowing everything. What was his name? Molly lets people steamroll. Dro. Thank you. Thank you, Shy. Thank you, GD. Dro and Andrew. Dro was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to Molly, and so was Issa. Thank you guys, Dro. They was doing whatever the fuck they wanted to Molly. Molly doesn't have strong boundaries for herself, and she tries to please everyone all the time. And again, when you're that kind of person who says yes to everybody's stuff and it costs you, that first no, they're going to take it as an attack. They go into victim mode when you put your boundaries up. I'm not doing that this time. What? You don't want me to have the keys to your apartment? Which you got a problem now? I don't want you to have keys to my apartment. You can't come and go as you please and then go home to your wife while I'm alone. This is not what I want. Okay, so you're mad at her? They go into victim mode real quick off that first no. Because they're expecting for you to give all the time. Molly never said don't communicate with my man. Let's be honest, guys. Please, let's be honest. I will argue with y'all down. That's a loophole that y'all are reaching for. I'm sorry. That is a loophole. But okay, but you never said don't talk to him. Imagine yourself in a relationship with a man and you said, I'm not going to ask my man to help you. This is a boundary. I'm not going to ask my man to help you. I don't feel comfortable. I want this to work. She does not have to specify. I mean, you can go talk to him without me, though. Or don't talk to him if I'm not. She doesn't have to specify that. That's laid in the groundwork. I'm keeping the two separate. This is my relationship, and that's your event. I'm happy for you. Go do the thing. I'm keeping the two separate. But that's a loophole. She didn't say, but she just said to leave. You said leave you out. That's shady, and that's a lie. That's shady, and that's a lie. Issa don't know Andrew like that, which is why Issa never approached Andrew herself in the first place. She used Molly, her closest connection to Andrew. And then when that was a dead end, she went to Nate and used him to get to Andrew. If she was cool with Andrew and she could just roll up on Andrew without Molly and it was cool, she would have just went to Andrew. She know where he lived. And put yourself in the situation. If this was your relationship, and your man, your friend asked him for that favor when you told her don't ask him for that favor. She asked him, she did the thing Molly said don't do. She did the thing Molly said don't do. Ain't no loopholes. Y'all not forgiving y'all friend in real life. Y'all not forgiving y'all friend for talking to your man when you said those are two separate things. She know Andrew, but she don't know Andrew. If she knew Andrew, she would have slid him a DM on Instagram like she did everybody else. She would have sent him a message on Facebook like she did everybody else. She would have called his phone if she had his number. If they knew each other, she would have just went to Andrew. She didn't, because she don't know him like that. I don't agree. I don't agree. But that is the beauty of Insecure, because we get to these conversations and it's so layered and we're all bringing our old bum ass friendships and we remember that fight we had with that friend years ago and we talking about what the conversation is so relatable and it's so intricate and it's so complex and it's so layered that everyone has a different perspective, and that's one of the things I really, really, really love about this show. We're halfway through the season. I really want to know what kind of celebration we should do for the season finale, what we should get into, what we should wear, what should we drink, how should we celebrate the end of Insecure. But I've had I'm an Issa Rae stan. I mean, I could see so much of my own creations in the path that she laid before us. I can see how, It was a thing in the talent show when the little girl was dancing compared to the old man. And it's like, that's it. This is the essence of Issa's work. This is the essence of Insecure, where Issa is honoring those who came before her, literally giving you a stage for those who came before her and leaving the stage for those who will come after her. Her work is so intentional. Her work is so purposeful. Her work is smart and relatable and easily black. We don't feel like we're having blackness shoved down our throats. And during this quarantine, there's a few things that I wouldn't mind being shoved down my throat. Anyway, but I'm having such a great time with the series, and I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying these dissections. Please go to anyone else for a review. Go to anyone else. When you come to JustLatasha, when you come to these Monday sessions every day at 6, you guys are going to get a full visual breakdown, a full story breakdown, a full character breakdown with history, context, director's eye, screenwriter's eye. Please look out for my show coming out, JustLatasha's Interactions, later this year. Follow me on Instagram at JustLatasha. Follow me on Twitter at JustLatasha404. And I will be doing private streams only every Sunday for my patrons. Patreon.com/JustLatasha. Y'all be working me out. I done yelled at you. I done hit some of y'all. We done did a lot. I thank you guys for your presence, your energy. I thank everyone for their cash donations this evening. That was such an incredible gift. I thank you, and I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying the work and enjoying the dissections. Listen, I got a show on Thursdays. Who all coming? The 8 p.m. show every Thursday right here, talking about the week's hot topics, but it's just one. We don't be there for a long time, but we be there for a good time. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Patrons, I see you on Sunday. Everybody else, I see you right here Monday, 6 p.m. Love y'all. Bye. You know I can't hang up. Y'all know damn well I know how to hang up.